One of USU's greatest gymnasts ever, Jessica Parenti Otte, was named All-Conference 3 times, and as a senior in 2007, she was the Western Athletic Conference Gymnast of the Year. One of the best vaulters in USU history, she holds a share of the school record with a 9.95 score on the event. In all 4 years, Jessica was named All-Conference in several events. She was also chosen Academic All-Conference all 4 years and was a COSIDA Academic All-American in 2006.
When I received the phone call, that had initially gone to voicemail, and I had to listen to the voicemail to return the call, I was, to be honest, in shock. I didn't ever imagine this for my time at Utah State, and it seemed a bit out of place. I don't think as an individual gymnast here we ever saw ourselves as individuals. It was more the team. So I was a bit in awe, I think, and a bit taken back. So my gymnastics career before Utah State, like many gymnasts that come here, started really early. Mommy and me classes, and then your developmental classes all the way up to team. I did most of my gymnastics in California at Gliders under Steve and Beth Rybacki. They were coaches of Jamie Dancher, Tabitha Yim, who's now the head coach at Stanford, phenomenal coaches, and they really took my gymnastics, then redid the fundamentals, and then made it so I had a really great high school club career. I went to JO Nationals my freshman, sophomore, and junior year. My sophomore year, I placed second in the nation and in the all-around, and then my junior year, I was third on bars and second in beam. I had been recruited by the University of Denver, Berkeley, as well as Oregon. And I'd gone on recruiting trips to all of those places. On my flight to Denver, there was a couple on the plane, and on the way home, that same couple was on my return flight to California. And we were sitting by each other, and the gentleman had asked, what were you doing in Denver? We saw you on your way there. And I said, I was on a recruiting trip for gymnastics. And he said, well, my brother is a head coach at Utah State. Could I give him your information? Well, about a week or two later, Denver was my number 1 pick, but they were kind of stringing me along. I had lost Oregon State because it was a first come, first serve, and I wasn't interested in going to Berkeley. I received a phone call from Ray Korn saying he'd gotten my information from his brother and asked if I wanted to come out. And at that point, I said, why not? I didn't have as many options as I thought I'd had. So I came out to Utah State, and I loved it. The team was wonderful. Ray was great, and I actually just really liked it. Surprise, surprise.
Jessica Parenti.
Ray loved Utah State, and he loved gymnastics. His development of the program from the very beginning all the way to his retirement, he, in my opinion, is kind of still Utah State gymnastics. He was charismatic, a phenomenal coach, encouraging. If you watch any video of him being on the competition floor, the energy you see is real. He helped us all transition from a very tough club world of gymnastics to college gymnastics, where they speak to you like you're adults and they would like your input. I don't think Utah State's gymnastics program would be anything what it was or is now without Ray Korn. Over the 4 years that I competed for Utah State, 2005 was the most memorable. We, as a team, won our conference championships in the Western Gymnastics Conference. We beat SUU, Boise State, and Cal State Fullerton. We were actually ranked 16th in the nation. We had an amazing conference. To beat those teams is a very close rivalry. So we had done that and had the highest ranking that we had known of for quite some time. I did have quite a few individual titles. Bars and beam were always my favorite to compete. I often anchored those events. It was the best to go after my teammates who would hit one after another, and when they did that, took all the stress off of me. Ironically, I hold a school record on vault, which is a surprise. To be called one of the greatest gymnasts that Utah State's ever had is
Jessica Parenti.
humbling, and at the same time doesn't quite seem fitting. I remember hearing about Christy Denson and Jasenia and Mika and all these girls and women that had come before our classes that were phenomenal gymnasts. As a little girl, I remember seeing Jasenia as a 7-year-old, watching her when she was already a level 10, thinking she was the best. It's an honor, but I think anyone's individual success is only as good as their team. We were a powerhouse. I think if you looked at our numbers, like Ashley Barr and Katie Rutherford, Rachel Ropoletto, Lisa Kohler, she was a showstopper on floor. Alex Martin on the floor, bars or beam, would wow you every time. Rachel Mandy was just a phenomenal, consistent, fabulous teammate. Megan Lewis was a fierce competitor. So to be among those women and have that type of, yes, we wanted to all do well and we pushed each other, but to have that type of team on the floor with you meant more to win and lose together than any individual one. So to be honest, I think it'd be more fitting to be a shared Hall of Fame experience, but I'm thankful and honored to be a representative of those group of girls. I loved my time here at Utah State, the community of the Cache Valley, my teachers, professors, everything that I am now started on this campus, truly. A chance to grow up, a chance to become myself, to make lifelong friendships, to find my husband, and to have the family I have now. I can't speak more highly of the experience we had. It was wonderful. It was everything.